somebody on accident. Like, my mind is not here.
Okay. Well, I need you to do
I
this.
just did my daughter's birthday party and then I killed somebody.
Okay. Do you want to complete the test?
I just want to get home to my kid. I don't care. I don't care. I just want my kid.
What's good, homies? Welcome back to Grim. Today we're going to be reacting to a body cam video that honestly makes me sick to my stomach. The woman you just saw in the intro took somebody's life on the road through her own negligence and then has the gall to act like she's offended that the cops are taking time trying to investigate this and figure out how or why she struck this person with her car. The entitlement and Karen levels are off the charts, so make sure you watch until the very end of this one. And if you enjoy my video at any point and haven't subscribed already, make sure you do and drop a like. It really helps out the channel. Without any further ado, let's get right on into this one, shall we? And shout out to the channel 50 Police Body Cam for uploading and sourcing this original footage. Link to the original video down in the comments below if you want to check that out as well.
I was driving to work and some girl jumped in front of my car and I think I might have killed her.
Oh my god.
So you might have to grab our daughter. I think I murdered her.
You don't know that for sure yet.
I don't know.
So we start off with this woman in the back of the police car, and for some reason she still has her phone. I guess, you know, this does seem like an accident, so the cops aren't fully treating her like a suspect yet. But the whole first portion of this video is her talking to her either current or ex-boyfriend. Basically, he's the father of their child that they have together, and she's coming to the realization that her actions in her car today might be the cause of this random woman's passing, as she struck her, and according to her, the lady came out of nowhere and darted into the street.
I don't know where she came from. She literally jumped in front of my car.
Right. Oh, it's not your fault.
Am I in trouble? They even said it. They even said she came out of nowhere. She just literally jumped in front of the vehicle.
And she's claiming to the cops this whole time that there was multiple witnesses and all these people that came up to her saying things like, oh girl, she walked out of nowhere, it wasn't your fault, which for some reason they're unable to produce any of these witnesses. So either this lady was imagining that, or everybody pulled aside, got out of their cars to console her, and then drove away before the police came somehow, which does not seem logical. So I'm willing to guess these people never existed and she's using that to help bolster her made-up BS story.
Is anybody else that witnessed it?
Yeah, the other cars, they even said, they even like told me, they're like, baby girl, we didn't see her. She came out of nowhere. She hopped in front of the car.
I believe you.
She literally walked in front of the car.
And then she switches to calling a friend up, trying to explain the situation, and once again has a 0% personal responsibility in this whole situation. The way she's wording it, she's like, this psycho lady, she's such an idiot. She ran out in front of my car. It's her fault that she bounced off the hood of my car. Like, literally, I couldn't even see her coming. With an almost disgusting, no, not almost, actually a fully disgusting level of disregard for the current lady's status. She's more worried about if the lady perished or not based off of, you know, how much trouble she's gonna get in. And that's not actually coming from a place of wanting to make sure this random woman that she struck with her car is doing okay, which, you know, spoiler alert, she's not, and she is not going to be okay, as this lady was also traveling at an incredibly high rate of speed.
Bro.
Was it that kind of bad of an impact?
Yeah, like my whole airbags went off and everything.
Are they locking you up?
Like, everybody in the street was like, baby girl, you okay? Because we didn't see her. She jumped. Dude, she jumped. There was no, like, there's no pedestrian walk, there's no nothing. She just jumped in front of my car.
And yeah, this woman's just continuing to yap in the other car, and the other perspective you see here is a ride-along that it's also responding to the scene, and even they are confused at why the hell this girl is being allowed to keep her phone and make calls by herself in the back of this police car right after the incident. Like, I don't care if you don't think she was at fault or not yet and you're still investigating, you definitely should take her phone away. And meanwhile, in the other car, she's really continuing with the story that multiple people who are not here right now at the time of the police being here, which you think if they were true witnesses, they would have stuck around realizing, you know, their statements would help the case. But she's claiming hundreds, not really, but like many people came up to her and was saying, oh, you're fine, baby girl, like all this weird stuff. I don't know why she's wording it that way either, because, you know, people would definitely be freaking out at this point. They wouldn't be super calm like, oh, it's okay, you hit it, it wasn't your fault. It's like, this wasn't a deer you hit, this was another person. They'd be losing their mind, like wondering if you're okay and trying to supply aid to the other person if they were real.
In her car, or was she walking?
She was walking.
Oh my god.
No shoes, no nothing.
You say what?
No shoes, no nothing. Like she was homeless.
And the way she's speaking about this woman, she's almost disrespecting her, not realizing yet that this lady, you know, is not going to make it through this injury or multiple injuries that she sustained from being hit by this car. But she's just like talking shit about her as if she was less of a person because she didn't have shoes on, when in reality her shoes were blown off by the force of being hit by this car. It's just crazy she's trying to degrade the person. I don't know if this is some sort of mental gymnastics to try to figure out a way to, you know, talk herself out of this and feel less bad about her actions, but regardless, it's terrible. And also, you're seeing this woman right now and she seems sort of coherent. I feel like those of you with a more keen eye like might tell that, you know, there's a bit of tipsiness going on here, but don't worry, we are definitely going to get to that portion of things. If any of you out there are thinking she was completely innocent, you might be wrong, all right? Let's just say that.
Are you able to complete your phone call?
Yeah,
I'm gonna put it just up in the front, okay?
okay.
Okay? She'll call you back later.
Am I in trouble?
I'm not saying that you're in trouble. I'm just saying that this is now an investigation. And
she jumped out of nowhere.
No, I understand, and I'm not the person to start talking or anything like that. Okay?
She jumped out of nowhere.
I understand, and I'm gonna take that, but I'm just saying that your phone's just gonna go up to the front with me. You'll be able to see it sitting right up there. Okay?
So now the other officer smartens up and takes away this lady's phone, and immediately, as soon as she has access to an officer, her first question is not what everybody's first question should be in this situation. How is the lady that I just hit? No, she doesn't think about her at all. Instead, she's worried about A, am I gonna get in trouble? And B, how can I further this smear campaign against this innocent person that, yes, might have been jaywalking, but I ultimately in the vehicle struck this person, and I now need to talk my way out of it or talk them down as a person to where, you know, it feels like it's not that big of an issue. Like, this lady's really trying to take zero accountability, and it's pissing me the hell off.
And if they're okay with him coming up?
Is she alive?
And now she finally, after sitting in the back of this car for what feels like almost an hour, asks about the status of this person. And when she doesn't get the answer that she wants, she starts to really bolster up her own story. Like, I'm just an innocent mom. Okay, I've got kids. I didn't use protection. So therefore, you really got to cut me some leniency, okay? All right, compared to these people out there that are being safe and not having kids, I went through and I had a kid. So therefore, you can't arrest me, okay? Moms can't go to jail. I don't know if that's her way of thinking, but yeah, we really don't give a fuck about your momhood status, bro. You just struck somebody with your car and they're no longer with us because of it, because you were recklessly driving. Oh, also, and guess where she was coming home from? A little shift at her job, and guess where she works? At a bar. That's right. Now, I'm just speaking out of my ass. I'm just a YouTuber covering this body cam footage, so I can't know the full, you know, situation, but if I'm adding up 2 and 2 together here, that's the conclusion I'm coming to. But of course, this is all alleged.
It was such a good day. Such a good day. Now I might have killed somebody. I don't even know how. You said there's gonna be other officers coming, talking to me.
Yeah, they're on the way.
Have they talked to other witnesses?
And oh my god, this girl's just a broken tape recorder at this point. What witnesses are you talking about, okay? It looks like there's almost nobody here to corroborate your story that you're saying, where a bunch of people came up to you immediately in the aftermath and were like, oh, she jumped in front of you, it's not your fault. Like, flat out, I don't think those people exist.
Like, I swear, I've never even been in a fender bender before.
Yeah, I see that. It looks like you got a valid driver's license. Clean record.
Yeah, besides speeding, I get that.
You have a warrant, though.
What?
Oh, and turns out the mother with a clean record who claims she's never been in trouble, doesn't do anything bad, has prior speeding tickets, which, okay, looks like that was probably at play here, and a warrant out for her arrest. That's right. She's not the spotless mother that she wants you to, you know, think about when she's talking about her life. No, it sounds like you've been getting into a little bit of trouble yourself and don't necessarily have the cleanest record, all right? So, yeah, I'm done trusting anything you said. Not that I was doing that in the first place.
Can we please just go to a police station or something? I have to pee. I just want this done. I just don't want to keep sitting here looking at the crime scene.
And now this poor lady, the investigation's taking too long to her. That's right, she's requesting to get taken to a place warm and cozy like the police station to get processed, just so she can go out, get away from the situation, and not have to think about the person's life that she just forever changed with her stupidity. And as you can see, I mean, the car here is in shambles. Clearly, this was a person that was struck at a very high rate of speed. I understand it's dark, it's raining, but with some information you're going to find out later on once they do some sobriety tests, it just does not paint a very good picture at all for this lady and her innocence that she's really trying to make us believe.
And then the person in front of me stopped. The girl that was walking stopped. And she was like, I called 911. I was like, you did? And we all ran over there. And, like, all of them started running to me. And they're like, she came out of nowhere. And I was like, you guys seen that, right? Like, she was nowhere. And they're like, yes, she came out of nowhere. Like, we understand that.
Okay. So there's other cars around you that were in front of you?
Yes, there was a car, the black SUV.
Black SUV was in
Yeah,
front of you?
there was a couple.
Okay.
So she's telling her story to the crash investigators now, and it doesn't seem like, I don't think these guys are buying her story much at all either, considering she makes it sound like this lady was literally an apparition that arose out of the center of the road, like some crappy, scary video that somebody does, when in reality, things don't happen that way, okay? You simply weren't paying attention, and sadly, it sounds like neither was she, but you as the driver need to be able to recognize when things come out and step into the road in front of you.
The GPS is on my screen, because you see on the screen on there is the GPS. I could turn, I was just driving down, and out of nowhere it just smacked. And all of a sudden I see smoke, I see everything, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I slam on my brakes. And then I get out of the car and I see her. And then everybody starts running over, and they're like, you okay? Like, you okay? Like, we seen what happened. Like, you all right?
I don't know about y'all, but you can kind of tell she's lit here now that the flashlight is being shined on her. Like, something about her speech does sound very coherent, but I think she's somebody who's probably getting lit quite often as she's working at a bar and everything, and probably is very good at being in that state and hiding it. I mean, not as good as she thought, because, I mean, look at where she is now. But also, the way she's explaining it makes it sound like even after the crash for a moment, she was unsure of what she hit. She just saw smoke and heard a loud bang. Like, were you not looking through your windshield? Were you looking out at the flowers to your left or right? Like, what were you looking at to where you didn't understand what you hit until minutes after it happened?
Did you guys talk to the guy in the black SUV?
There was nobody here, like, witness-wise when we got here.
Are you serious? Because there was a girl with a dog, and there was a black SUV with a couple in front of them, and they both said the same thing.
We're still not saying that they weren't, and I'm not saying that nobody
so, like, the witnesses that were here went.
And now she's getting frustrated because, like I said, looks like all these witnesses that she claims came up to her and was, going to her defense, they don't exist. Suddenly, the cops don't have anybody to ask about. And she's like, did you see the girl with the dog? Or, like, I'm pretty sure one of them was, like, a wizard. I don't remember. It's so crazy. But, like, definitely at least 15 different people came up to me and told me they can't legally arrest me for this because it was not my fault.
What I would like to ask is if you'd be willing to give me a breath sample to show that you don't have any on your system. Do you want to do that?
Yep.
Thank you. Blow, 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 blow. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Very good. Been drinking today?
Just at the bar earlier this morning for a Bloody Mary.
Okay.
Shouldn't have been anything, though.
How long ago was that?
Hours ago.
How many hours ago?
Well, it's an hour and a half to get to Peoria from my place, so hour and a half before all this.
And as you could tell right after receiving that breathalyzer test, the line of questioning from the officer clearly shows that whatever result he got was not, 0.00. There was probably enough in her system to lock her up here. So he's trying to figure out what the hell she ingested, and she claims, it was just like the start of my shift. I had like the sip of something to just make sure that the flavor was right. But like there shouldn't be anything in my system. Like, no, this was probably a big reason you didn't even understand what you hit until moments after, because you were just not in the right frame of mind to be behind the wheel. And now you're really facing the true consequences of that.
Yeah. 116. Yes. Like faster. I'm like, were you drinking?
And that's right. According to the readings, although there is a correction here, she got .116, which is over the legal limit to be behind the wheel. So that throws out really all of her claims of true innocence here out the window. The witnesses don't exist, and the stuff in her system proves that she should not have been behind the wheel driving. So, I mean, that's 2 strikes. That's close enough for a full out. I say we take her away to the station.
Right, so pretty serious incident.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
She literally came out of nowhere.
And I know that's what you're telling me, but just Like, if you were on the other end of it, you would want us to do our job fully so that, you know, family and stuff like that can have
there
closure.
was no crosswalk, and she was really right there, and all
I
the
gotcha.
witnesses said the same thing.
I gotcha.
And they cut to her sitting in this damn station, and she is just still spouting off the same excuses. She was a ghost woman, I don't know how, but she rose out of the ground, and then when I hit her, she turned into a poofy cloud of smoke. Like, I have no idea what happened, but I am the victim in this situation, okay? Like, that's truly how it sounds to this officer right now. And also, it's annoying she's catching an attitude. Like, they are inconveniencing her. Girl, you're, again, not even asking about the status of this person or her family that you hit. It's just like, it's crazy. The lack of self-awareness and the utter abundance of entitlement.
Did you talk to the ones that were there? Like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I already talked to them.
Did they say the same thing? She just like came right out of nowhere.
Literally everybody said they didn't see it.
And this other cop comes in and is like, stop saying that there was witnesses, okay? Because I've talked to everybody and nobody's saying the same story as you. So shut up and let us process you, please. Now, of course, you can't say that verbatim, but that's what he was wanting to say because she has been yapping up these lies left and right the whole time she's been in their custody.
So what I want you to do is just count backwards for me from 69 to 43.
69?
To 43.
68, 67, 66, 60. Okay, hold on. 65, 64, 63, 62, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 39. No, 40, 39. Sorry. 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 32. Okay, 32, 30. I'm sorry, I'm not good at this in general.
So needless to say, too, she doesn't quite pass any of these other tests they're giving her at the station with any sort of flying colors. In fact, I think that's a failed grade. But I'm not a police officer or a teacher, so I can't say. And she realizes instantly that she really flunked this whole, test and instantly gets on the defensive. Like, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit frazzled that this wizard woman came up out of the ground and forced me to hit her. It wasn't my fault, but again, she kind of ruined my day. Like, I was having a great day before this, and then she had to go and ruin it by crossing the street in front of my car.
Sir, I just killed somebody on accident. Like, my mind is not here.
Okay. Well, I need you to do
I
this.
just did my daughter's birthday party and then I killed somebody.
Okay. Do you want to complete the test?
I just want to get home to my kid.
And you hear her pop off. She's really catching an attitude because she realizes she's not going to be getting out of this one. To me, this seems like somebody who's so entitled, she's floated through life being able to escape any sort of, actual negative things happening to her due to the negative things she's been putting out into the world and doing, and now it's all catching up to her. And needless to say, she is not doing well with that.
I'm going to place you under arrest for driving under the influence. Okay.
How did you figure that one out? Because of these tests after I just hit somebody, or?
Yeah, you hitting somebody in the middle of the road and also you failing all the tests is actually exactly how the officer reached that conclusion. So, good job. You finally passed something, dumbass. All I know is this lady got taken away to jail for this. Thankfully, we have one less menace on the road. We'll see how her, ability to bounce back from this goes, but my heart goes out to this person's family that was struck by this vehicle. You can find more information on the entire story on the original upload. Again, that is linked in the description. But let me know your thoughts on this one if you agree that her response was so soulless and evil that it just kind of appalled you. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the very next video I upload. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and until next time, peace out.